right, welcome back to the party, everybody. This is Morty, and I am your host, Lunch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Everybody hit that like and subscribe. You know I would do it for you, and let's party. Big shout out to the replay gang. Thank you so much for coming back to watch this, even though you missed the live party, guys. That is the best part, so make sure you are here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like it. So hit that subscribe, ring the bell, and you will never miss an Indian Jesus live party ever again. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to theindianjesus.com, where you can get your very own official merch only at theindianjesus.com. Another little announcement: I am going to the Dissident Dialogues convention in May to try to make obviously see some interesting stuff, but also get to know some more people to bring on the channel, and it is not cheap. So all of that really does help me bring you the best content possible. All right. So I'm excited as usual, but I'm a little bit nervous. We're doing something a little bit different. And the last time I did this, it went pretty well. And but I'm not very organized, so there's a lot going on. There has been a lot going on. I'm sure you guys have seen with the Fresh and Fit, the Walter Weeks got the girl pregnant, and she leaked all this stuff out. And then Destiny had an opinion on it, and Myron had an opinion on it, and everybody had an opinion on it. And then we saw, I believe it was yesterday, Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire interviewed some chick named Nala, who made $9 million on OnlyFans, and now has given her life to Christ, and we should all clap for her. There's a bunch of other stuff that that we, it's a hodgepodge of stuff, but consistency. Why are people so goddamn inconsistent? Shout out to Zippy, Zippy over on Rumble. We got Ray in action in the building. Welcome to the party. And we got M169 Mark safe from the eclipse. Seabass, where you at? I thought we were all gonna die. So actually, I just changed my mind. So in case you didn't know anything about what we're talking about with Fresh and Fit, this is Myron. The other guy got a lady pregnant. And we're going to get into the details, but he is basically being a deadbeat. We're not really sure if it's even real. It might be completely made up, but it's what I really want to highlight here is, who do these people show you that they are, or who do these people tell you that they are, and then who do they show you that they are when it comes to real life? When it comes to not just talking on a panel or spitting out red pill talking points or conservative talking points or this, that, or the other. When real life happens, how do these people act? And so let's just start going in hot. Shout out to Treat of Logic. We're going to start with the Fresh and Fit stuff, and then we'll go over to the other stuff just to have a little bit more frame of reference. And this was his masculine, stoic response to people being mad that on a podcast that says, hey, wrap it up, be safe, don't mess with, she belongs to the streets, all that stuff. And then we find out that his co-host is wifing up one of these women and gets her pregnant, and then decides, oh, I'm out.
A lot of you motherfuckers are jellyfish. No fucking spine. And that's the reason why a lot of you motherfuckers are fat, triple chin, neck bearded, pieces of shit, fucking dorks with no money, and no one fucking respects you.
Shout out to Trey. Indeed said these guys were clowns.
Because you motherfuckers don't stand for nothing. If I stand with Fresh, I die with Fresh. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is, you motherfuckers. Oh shit, it's getting shaky. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave. I got 20 fucking real estate properties, so I can tell motherfuckers, fuck you. My net worth is over $6 fucking million. I get my...
I definitely should have put this video next. Definitely demonetized. But again, it doesn't really matter exactly what he's saying. He's just flipping out.
Residually, I don't fucking need to do this shit, and I don't need to fucking sell my soul. I stand with my fucking friends, period. All right? Some of you motherfuckers need to get a fucking spawn, you jellyfish, SpongeBob, and a fucking pineapple house. Pieces of shit. It pisses me off how soft all you motherfuckers are, bro. It's ridiculous. You motherfuckers haven't stepped in the gym in 3 weeks trying to tell me how to fucking be loyal to my fucking friends. I'm not going anywhere. All right? I'm tired of you motherfuckers. Leave Fresh.
We ain't fucking leaving. I mean, this goes on like this. This goes on like this for 3.5 minutes. And these are the type of people who say, oh, you got to be a masculine man and be in charge of your emotions, and you got to be the rock and all that stuff. What is this? What is this? The cope. So I want to start there. But so this here, we don't actually have any video, but this is Daisy, the girl that got exactly, bro. Why so emotional? Why so emotional? I thought you're supposed to be stoic. I thought you're supposed to be the man. I suppose you're supposed to be the rock, the one that she can lean on, right? Shout out to Indie Film. Welcome to the party. Good to see you. We will get there. So yeah, this was just a conversation on some random Twitch stream or Discord something. I'm not really sure. But so Tree of Logic here is the lady that just posted the video that we just saw. They were her and these two were kind of trying to massage the conversation, figure out what's really going on. And you know, typical like, oh, he was mean to me and I want him to do this and da 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 da. I'm exposing him because of all this. Not super important. And then Destiny comes in. And guys, you are not going to be ashamed of Destiny here.
I'm asking.
Like, what do you want from a man in the future? Like, what do you want?
Oh, he was asking, actually, you know what he was doing? See, men do this where they want to know what kind of character they need to play in your life, and they want to know the script. So you told him.
He knows what I want.
Yeah, because you told him, girlfriend. You told him. You didn't.
So the whole idea is that Fresh on the podcast acts like, oh yeah, I don't date any of these women. I don't take any of these women seriously. But behind the scenes, he's secretly, you know, soft, falling in love like a normal person, and telling this girl that he loves her and all this stuff, and trying to act like the guy that she says she wants to be in her life.
Keep nothing secret.
Okay, wait. Everybody says I'm with him for his money, but look,
no. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No. I didn't say that.
I don't care about money. I never said I don't, because on the show I even said they were asking me what, like, how much money do you think a man should make for a year? I told them $1 million.
That was the same sentence. You said, I don't care about money, but I need a man to make $1 million.
And that's my standards. He knows my standards.
Daisy, the reason I know you're not for money is because you went 50-50 on that bracelet. Okay,
yes,
a woman who was for money would never go 50.
I typically hate this shit. If you guys are actually getting dizzy, I can just keep myself larger while this video
50 on that bracelet.
And I bought my own ticket to Miami. First time I went to Miami, I bought my own ticket. And I know he buys ticket for other girls, but I never asked him, like, can you buy me a ticket? For me, that's like so cheap, you know, just like $200 or what, like, because I'm really in love with the person, so I didn't even care about the money.
So she's saying, despite the fact that she's all over Instagram like a thought and flying all over the place to Dubai and this and that and whatever, she was really in love with him, and he was sending her the signals that was the case. And we're gonna get into those details in a little bit. I just want you to see Destiny go off.
The reason why he bought me the bracelet, because he bought me a fucking fake bracelet.
Yeah, I know. I read that part.
And then because I buy these bank leaves all the time, I have an account. I always know, like, when the moment I got the bracelet, I'm like, this is fake. But I didn't tell him immediately. I told him 2 days later.
And again, if you're not 100% sure what's going on, just stick with me. There's a reason I'm doing this in this order.
And he was acting like he didn't know. For sure he knows.
I'm just curious. Can I ask a question about for the kid? If Walter apologized for everything and came clean on everything, wouldn't you want him to be involved in like your child's life?
So fantastic questions. She's saying, I'm going to have the baby and not let Walter see it because he's been mean to me. Long and short of it. And so Destiny's like, okay, well, if he apologizes, wouldn't it be ideal to have your child's father in their life?
But why would you care about that?
What do you mean? Well, because he's the most important person that we're talking about right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but why do you care about he's gonna be a part of my baby's life?
It's not just your.
So the fact that she's not even aware that somebody else would care about that child having a good environment to grow up in. Why would you care? Because it's a child in our world. Shout out to Nicholas Luchetti in the building. Welcome to the party. Good to see you. Trey said, so people that were people that were looking her up to expose her came and said her family is super rich. There's a lot coming out. So you know, as we're going, if you guys have extra information, you know, it's all happening in real time. So let me know. That she came from a rich family. Yeah. And those are the types of things where it's like that matters, because if we're talking about baby trapping, then that's relevant. But if we're talking about a dude who made this girl legitimately believe that he wants to be with her, then, you know, that's not the same thing. Also, you can be a gold-digging whore who been flued out and ran through without purposely trying to baby trap somebody. You can be a terrible, horrible, stupid person and not be a baby trapper. Hey, shout out to Burner Popcorn Account. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. This woman has more red flags than a Russian parade. She definitely does. She definitely does. And that's what makes this difficult, is that it's not clear. It's not clear who's in the right, who's in the wrong, who's, you know, I mean, it's obvious that they're both in the wrong, but to what degree and to what extent? You don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. What an embarrassment to the Asians.
Yeah, but why do you care about he's gonna be a part of my baby's life?
Well, it's not just your babies, it's both of your babies, right? And doesn't the child,
yeah, but he doesn't
wants to be involved?
Yeah, it's both of our baby, but he's not acting like a man. So do you think he has a right to see the baby?
Yes, it's his baby. Being not nice doesn't take away your right to see your own child.
Do you think you have a right to child support?
Oh! One more time.
He has a right to see the baby?
Do you think you have a right to child support?
I don't, I mean, he doesn't need to. That's fine.
Well, you said the U.S. government said he had to pay, but the U.S. government is also going to make you share custody with him too, right? Whether you want to or not, unless you have a compelling reason.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right, and so the number one is that she doesn't seem like she's very concerned about the baby. She seems to be concerned about the relationship and his behavior and money. But again, there's a difference between being a gold digging whore and a gold digging whore who baby traps. Yeah, normal ones just don't act like she is right now. It was a big L for Fresh to get involved with this Instagram 304. I agree. That cannot be argued with. But again, we got more.
Saying I will let what government decide to do. If they decide that, okay, my child have to see him, then that's fine. But if the government says, okay, my baby doesn't need to see him, then that's not unnecessary.
What shouldn't the priority be to like build a healthy life for your future child? Shouldn't that be the focus? Like, how do you make sure your child has a father that wants to spend time with him and be involved in his life, and has a mother?
Look, his father doesn't want him.
Absolutely. I think she would have to get that established here first. Actually, I really don't know. That's a good question. Because he does ask, like, why aren't you just going back to your family, to your family in China, especially if they got money?
Just found out that you're pregnant, right? I mean, he's probably freaking the fuck out. I imagine he probably isn't ready to be a dad, or doesn't necessarily want to right now. But like,
so
why?
Here, very, very interesting that we have Destiny, the blue-haired cuck, out here grilling the woman and taking the side of the red pill guy. Now, again, this video was from 3 days ago, so I think this conversation was from 4 days ago, and this all happened within the last week. So this is before we even knew what we knew now, which still isn't a lot, but is a lot more. And his first instinct, you would think, as the liberal, to believe all women, but he's jumping down her throat. And again, we skipped a lot of the rest of the conversation. We'll listen to it a little bit because he takes a break and then he comes back. But it's very interesting how not so consistent, not bad or good, but
I closed the door on that.
I am not closing it. I'm just saying, based on his behavior right now.
But if he
look, why do you
speak
for him? Why do you speak for him? Because clearly he's acting like an idiot on the show.
Well,
you're
both acting like idiots, right? To be fair, right? You've got
what am I acting?
Because you got pregnant by a guy that doesn't want to marry you. You're just as dumb as he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem isn't with either of you, though. That shouldn't be the main concern. The main concern should be the child, right?
He's not concerning about the child. I am. That's why I went on an adult conversation. So don't
you're leaking DMs on?
Yeah. So Bernard's saying they say there's a 20% chance this woman is really pregnant and it's actually Walter's kid. I wouldn't be surprised if not only is she not pregnant, but this whole thing is fabricated. This whole thing is just a way to bring more eyes and views to the Fresh and Fit platform. I would not be surprised. Not in the least. A little bit, maybe. Shout out to Kwon. Okay, welcome to the party.
Instagram, how are you don't care. You're not caring. The child right now is just a money ticket for you. You're not caring at all about the child. Why are you leaking all of this publicly? The money is the child support you think that you were talking about earlier. Like you're very familiar with the U.S. law.
Who are you? I'm here because
you were already in the conversation. You were engaging in the conversation, and now that it gets uncomfortable, wait, who are you? I don't want to talk to you.
I got invited from the owner. Who are you? If you're not owner, don't speak to me, because you have no right to talk about my situation. It's not.
You're literally on the internet talking about your situation everywhere. What do you mean?
I'm talking about the situation. It's not about money. What do you know about anything?
What do I apparently more than you do? I'm not getting knocked up by Fresh from Fresh and Fit. What do you're trying to act like you're the one with all the experience here?
Who are you? How do you have the right to talk about this? Like talking about a man
because I'm older than you. I've got more life experience than you. I'm the only one
than me, so you have more rights?
No, apparently I'm just curious. It seems like you have like all of this.
I don't want to talk to you right now.
Okay, so Daisy.
I don't want to talk to you.
Let me
Okay. Destiny's gonna take a break for.
So yeah, they're gonna do a little bit more, and then we'll jump ahead to when he comes back in, and then so as you're saying, they're covering the AbPreach videos. We're about to cover the AbPreach videos as well. I just kind of wanted you guys to see him go off
A little bit.
I'll take out. This woman is a piece of trash, though. She's ruining this kid's life because she wants to milk this guy for money. You're actually subhuman filth. Just letting you know that. Good luck. Bye.
You can say whatever you want.
God will judge you.
You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
That's very mean.
So then he leaves, and now they're
Daisy,
all trying to.
That's very mean.
I wanna continue with your quest to help other women because
the quest to help other women. So that's what she's going on. That this is a quest to help other women. Where we at? Yeah. He goes up, so he comes back.
Get $30,000 bracelet. And to pay for the.
Yeah. Does his mom know that you're pregnant? Is that something that's happened yet?
I asked him. He said he doesn't have to tell his mom.
Hey, shout out to Garrett Grant. Welcome to the party. Yeah, this Destiny 2.0. I don't know if it's Destiny 2.0. I think it's just that there's a lot of everything that I tend to show, and that a lot of people tend to highlight is his worst takes. And if you watch a lot of his content, I mean, it's not really as bad as we like to make fun of. I don't even know what's going on, but that chick sounded like an upset 13-year-old. Yeah, so just stick with me. We got Daisy is pregnant by Fresh from Fresh and Fit. And we're gonna get all the details. I just wanted to hear you. I wanted you guys to hear Destiny go off.
Ooh. I keep things from my mom too. This is not uncommon.
How would your mom feel if you're keeping this from her, Wolfgang?
To pay for the
What's
pregnancy
that?
cost?
Nothing. Sorry, ask your question again, Destiny.
Oh, did you guys like have like a $30,000 bracelet?
Look, I'm not here acting like a god here, like acting like I'm a victim or anything. Like I know what happened is happened. Like I'm not perfect. Okay. I'm not acting like.
All right. Why don't we do this? I told you guys I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. I'm not used to, having a bunch of different things to do. So let's go to the AbPreach video. Get some of the details. You got a feel for what they were talking about. This is going to go through everything, and then we'll go back and see what we got to see.
Today on episode 2 of Surviving Fresh and Fit, I want to get to the bottom of this fiasco. If you haven't seen part 1, be sure to go check that out for more context. But I decided that I would interview the woman in question at the heart of this whole thing.
So he went straight to the source. Because they're doing Fresh and Fit's doing podcasts and this girl's that, she's lying. I never bought her this, But then all this stuff.
She provided me a bunch of screenshots, screen recordings, and a bunch of different things. And I think it answered a lot of the questions that would seem to be unanswered before. Things like whether or not she's a sex worker. She isn't.
Well, she says that her Instagram was taken down. So again, we're at the more context we get, the muddier it is. And clearly nobody here is without sin. But what's really going on?
What was the timeline of events? Did Walter know that she was not on birth control? Was he aware that she was trying to...
Come on.
No, you want to work. I made a section today. He said that you were never his girl.
He said that?
I made a statement on my vlog and on the show multiple times. And I said
So right here it says she's telling him, "You be a good boyfriend," and she's saying, "I'll be waiting for my girlfriend."
This is a matter of fact, guys. Look it up if you want to. I said, if a girl's on camera with me, she is what? Not my girl. Just keep that in mind. If I bring a girl on camera, she's not my girl.
And again, hot daddy. Thanks. Oh, a picture of him. What do they always say? Don't lead you with your wallet. But I don't know if they even show
She's
this.
what?
This is a picture of him.
Just keep that in mind. If I bring a girl on camera,
picture of him with a what is this, a Lambo or a Lambo? Hot daddy. Thanks, babe. I'm so nervous about us. I'm afraid I will lose you during the time I'm gone. Just to let you know, I love you so much. And he says, "You won't, because I love you too."
Camera, she's not my girl. You never see my girl because I know what happens when you break on the internet. I learned from experience. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, this was a great trip. Happy to see lovely Asian queen again. But you know, as time passes, we must say farewells for a short period of time until she comes back. So
she was going to China for the Chinese New Year.
Can't wait to see her back here in Miami. I brought her. No, let me think.
Yeah. Love you, babe. Love you, babe. So there's no problems with being in a relationship. That's not at all the problem. The problem is that you make a lot of money preaching about how bad the behavior you're engaging in actually is, and then you go around and just do exactly the opposite.
I love you, babe. So he's out here saying he don't claim her. He never claimed her. That's not his girl.
Stop the cap.
But in private, he's saying, I love you. He's saying, you my girlfriend. He moved her in. And on top of that, he publicly on video saying he loves her. Does that sound like somebody who's being treated like a jump off?
Nope.
I'm just saying. Everyone telling she's baby trapping him. All this other stuff. Is she baby trapping him or is he just trapping her? I'm asking the questions.
Just asking the questions. Even producer Chris knows better than that.
Because the only deception I've seen so far is from him towards her. The only trap I've seen so far is him basically love bombing the shit out of her so he can fuck her as much as he wants. Then when he's done, he just get rid of her.
So again, like we said, there is a difference between a gold digging whore and a whore who thinks that she's with a guy who loves her and wants to have a life with her.
Well, he's just making him like make him look like an idiot right now because clearly, like he made that on public and on the conversation you saw it. He calls me girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, we saw it.
Are you gonna take someone to see your entire family if she's not your girlfriend? Travel to your home country?
Brought her to Barbados to meet his parents and his whole family.
It's not reasonable. You can like casually meeting your mother. That's fine. The first time I met his mother, I was like, okay, if you decide to do that, I don't mind.
Why did you accept being in a non-monogamous relationship with Resh?
Because again, she's a whore, and that's okay.
Yeah, you know why? Because we were in a long-distance relationship. Because whether I agree or not, he's going to do that, and we weren't stable because we just got to know each other, and So I was thinking.
So she basically said he told her that he's not going to be monogamous, and she wanted to be with him anyway. So they agreed. Shout out to 7-1 in the building. Said AMP outed friggin' Freck as grifters so many times I don't even remember when they weren't. Yeah. And on top of all of that, they did defend them when they were getting those SA allegations. Crazy, right? 4 doors, more whores.
Just to be there and move there, to be with him, maybe like it would be different, But I don't want to it comes to a conclusion in the beginning, I'm gonna stop this guy from doing everything just because he met me. Because in the early stage of the relationship, I don't want to.
Then I ask her, well, why do you not want to be intense about monogamy, but you're rushing to have a kid? I asked some tough questions.
That's a good question.
I'm not softballing it.
No, I imagine.
Yeah, no, I can't even. Once you see through the veneer, and it's like, oh, I'm finding entertainment watching these dudes attack these women that probably wouldn't sleep with me if I tried.
Beta.
Sounds like 2 people fucked around and now they're finding out. Yep. And the question is, who fucked around more and who is finding out worse? Those Andrew Tate emergency meetings are hilarious. I didn't watch those.
She's talking about like I don't want to be too intense and like rush like monogamy, so I'm accepting this. But like, but you want to have a baby with him.
What? Yeah, I understand.
Weird edit.
I just felt like I'm not.
Good. You're good. All you need to know is that this is representative.
Feel like I'm not that type of girl that I have to be with someone for years to get married, or if I like someone, I can have a kid with him for like a week.
A week?
It doesn't matter. It's the time doesn't matter. I was with someone for 9 months. He really wanted to marry me. He's American, and I didn't want that.
So yeah, this, just as an aside, not really an aside, but this shows how different the dating market is than what it used to be. That it's not weird or different that much. That you're like, yeah, I would have a baby with somebody I'd known for a week. That's something that she doesn't feel. Somebody who's well traveled, goes all over the world. This is how it is for some people. And so it's no surprise why the rest of us are like, I'm good. K-drama, what's going on with that?
I ended that. When I met Walter, I just felt like, wow, there's so much chemistry.
What? I mean,
with Walter.
I agree.
I'm just trying to
talk to me.
No, I'm not the type of girl that can. I'm not the type of girl that's gonna have to wait for a long time before I marry someone. Huh? What type of girl is that?
I mean, there's plenty of people who meet their husbands for the first time through arranged marriages or whatever.
Yeah,
that ain't that
weird. But I don't disagree. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, it's weird in the sense, but it's a different thing. Like if you want to have a baby with someone after a week, it's not because you've arranged that you're gonna plan this life. It would be the opposite. An arranged marriage is like, well, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna love you or be super attracted to you, but we're gonna do this for the sake of building a family.
Saying that's not that abnormal in different parts of the world.
It still doesn't answer the question. It doesn't answer the question of why you want to rush this baby, but you don't want to rush the monogamous relationship. It doesn't answer anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't. As a matter of fact, it made it weirder. So I'm still questioning. Like, it doesn't absolve it doesn't absolve or take out of the equation the baby trapping thing situation because of that answer. That answer was so.
But that's not baby trapping.
Well, and again, so that's why I like this. That's why I like it's putting things into context. We know that both were irresponsible, both were acting like children, but both are fully grown adults that can or should be able to make the right types of decisions. But it's more complicated than that. Burner says, gentlemen, if our Instagram is a bunch of ass pics, selfies with duck lips, bougie restaurants, and lots of travel, steer clear. Bingo. This is your warning.
That's just what she's saying is there's some people out here who are just very like feels oriented, meaning, I loved her. Well, how do you know? It's been a week. I just feel it. Like some people are just like that. You know what I'm saying? They're very intuitive. Everything is just.
You know what we call them?
What?
Stupid. Carry on. That's not very smart. That's not.
I agree. It's not smart.
It's like
having kids with somebody you met a week ago.
Maybe.
If he says so, if he really didn't want the baby, after so many times I asked him in person, do not come in me. He does that every fucking day. Like, he can just pull out. Easy as that. Because he was always like, oh, I'm doing this with my girlfriend. So really serious conversation. Like,
so again, is it baby trapping? Is it baby trapping?
In the future and ask me what I want to do. Oh, I want to plan a future with you. Why don't we get a house instead of renting another apartment? That doesn't make sense, wasting money, blah, blah, blah. And he said, what if you get pregnant? Isn't that better for a bigger house?
So let's go through some of the text messages here.
Just came and 5 days to Walter. Baby traffic.
No,
those are separate things.
Exactly.
Not pregnant, no baby. She tells that to Walter. He says, oh, you did a pregnancy test? He says, yeah, my period just came. And 5 days ahead.
Notice the sad faces. I watched this before. Notice the sad. Nobody point out the sad faces. My period came, sad face. That means that she wanted a baby.
So you play a good game. Oh, okay, what game? This game on bed. I'm confused. Don't worry, we all are. I don't think anybody understood what she meant.
I did. That we dicked her down good.
And she goes, just kidding. I meant you are safe. Just letting you know. Next time you won't be so lucky. What's that saying?
I'm not having a baby.
I'm having your baby.
Next time you won't be so lucky. So again, the signs are
Next
here.
time you're not gonna be so lucky. And what does he write? Oh, I wasn't worried. I didn't want to pull out anyway. But that's good that you got your period. So you're being she's not too happy about it. I didn't reject you because I don't mind.
Right, yeah. So again, I didn't want to pull out anyway, but that's good. That's good that you got your period because I don't want to have a child with you. And
being pregnant, you got your period. So you're being she's not too happy about it. I didn't reject you because I don't mind being pregnant with your baby. She's being direct. She's telling him, and all he says is, no, I'm saying I like you a lot, and once you're happy, I'm happy.
Be direct. You guys are the ones that sit there and say everybody's a little bitch because they're in their fields and they don't know how to But here, you said it, probably because you're too stupid to realize that she was going to take it the wrong way. But you said it.
She's telling him, and all he says is, no.
I'm just saying, like, well, if you're happy, then I'm happy. But what did we just point out? The sad faces. So she's not happy. She's not happy. He definitely was playing with fire. Also, level the point on Orbis is a sphincter.
I'm saying I like you a lot, and once you're happy, I'm happy. So can you understand why she's confused? He refusing to pull out, busting inside them sugar walls, and now all of a sudden he's been trapped. He don't want to be a dad. You have decided that you were not going to pull out of her vagina, so you're not going to pull out of fatherhood.
The baby.
You are not going to pull out of fatherhood.
You're going to take care of the baby.
This is a sickness. All right, again, we got a lot of stuff to jump around. So
punch you in the sucker.
If you touch you like
that, tell him that you would not get. Boys, you were not sucker punched. Take some accountability. Hold that out. Did you always tell him that you would not get an abortion?
Oh, I always told him. He knows I'm not getting any abortion, and plus, he didn't care at all. He was like, he was kind of like just admitted that if he's gonna make me pregnant, he's just gonna like raise a baby with me, and he didn't like say that, but all his action proves that.
Doesn't mind isn't the same as saying he really wants to have a child. Why don't you get verbal confirmation if he really wanted a child with you?
So yeah, if he's saying, well, I don't mind, that's not the same thing as being like, I want to have a child with you. And again, fresh is stupid. So despite his job, he might very well not understand the connection between, oh, I want to bust in you and the child. It's pretty clear that he doesn't have that understanding. The sugar walls. Yep. Burner said high-value men should not be messing around with low-value women. We're almost to the point where men need to wear body cams 24/7 to ward off crazy allegations. It is a sickness. I was hoping to be able to bring in the soft guy era. Hashtag drizzle. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. It's just developing. I don't really know yet, but it's coming. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you better find out.
No, because I was pretty sure that he was so serious about me. But then, okay, but at least he's not stupid that if he does this to me, I'm gonna get pregnant. I think it's just misunderstood. Maybe he was just being irresponsible. But for me, he's serious.
Right.
Yeah, because I've never met someone like that. Nobody would treat me like that. Like, this is so evil. I've never met anyone like that. I'm not acting like a naive girl right here. Like, I traveled a lot of places, but nothing like this.
And again, so if this is all real, then this is so contradictory to how these people tell you to live your life. As we are going to see, is happening all over the place.
See, that didn't make much sense to me because in my head, I'm like, do you want to be serious with somebody?
Yeah. So can you show paperwork?
Show paperwork for pregnancy tests and ultrasound. A lot of people are saying that stuff is photoshopped or whatever, or it's just like, so I just wanted to at least see if she had actual real paperwork.
Yeah, I have no problem sharing that. I actually posted.
Boom. She also sent a screenshot of like the paper that says like 3 to 4 weeks pregnant.
Okay, so let me explain about the ultrasound. The doctor told me it's still early, 4 weeks. So she can't see everything, but she can still see a little bit.
So that's just one thing that I want to establish. Okay, why are you exposing him publicly?
Why? Because obviously now I hate him. I hate him for not being a man, stand up for his child, and not taking the responsibilities after. He doesn't have to love me, or he can break up with me. That's fine for me. So
shout out to NDA Ross over on Kick. Said, what do you think of tap water? You support forcing American citizens to consume fluoride on a daily basis? You can buy water, but I drink tap water because I don't give a shit.
Okay, it's some guy seen for 4 months. I was like gonna get over it.
Different,
but I'm pregnant. This is serious for me.
This is just a bit of a sidebar, but Fresh and Fit fan accused Fresh of buying you a bracelet for 30 grand. On a podcast, he said he never paid a dime. Nobody has a receipt. Is this true?
The Chinese escort, because I'm about to get Fresh on this one too. So Fresh, you gave an extremely expensive Von Cleef bracelet, which are worth up to $30K, to a Chinese
$30K, $30,000 bracelet.
Fresh on this one too. So Fresh, you gave an extremely expensive Von Cleef bracelet, which are worth up to $30K, to a Chinese escort you just met. Now, Fresh, you claim that you didn't give her the gift. That's what you claim.
Show me the proof.
But the escort said that you did.
Show me the proof. What you mean?
Look at her page in detail. What does she have under? Multiple gifts from herself, by the way,
Cope.
or from her ex. Whatever she does for her money, bro, it's up to her. So to put that on me just because you want to say, "Oh, Fresh is a simp," wrong.
So right, but it is right because you are a simp because you did spend that money.
He didn't buy it.
Fresh, so can you?
No, you're just trying to say that he bought the bracelet. He didn't buy the bracelet.
But oh no, they split it 50-50.
And
no, it's not true. He paid half and I paid half. Like I said, how much? Around 30K. Well, first I still have the conversation. I told him, what's the issue if you tell everyone you bought me the bracelet? Like,
because then they're gonna know that I'm full of shit and they're gonna stop watching my show.
Why can't you tell everyone? Why can't you speak the truth? Like, why are you like pretending it, like hiding it? But then he was like, don't say it. He just told me to shut up.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. It's a big deal to them.
Yes.
It's a big deal to the fans, and it's a big deal to them because it really makes you look like I see him.
Yep.
I wouldn't.
So again, we're seeing a lot of mixed messages. It's not just as simple as she was a baby trapping.
Time again, he's gonna lie to protect his reputation. Do you think that all this is good for your future baby?
This is the key question because again, as we saw, this was after the conversation with Destiny that we were just watching. So Burner says women generally see any guy with money and status as a high value man. So yes, Fresh would classify under most women's definitions, but women don't know shit about men. Women don't know shit about men, as has been demonstrated quite clearly. It is other men that must designate who is a high value man. And nobody think Fresh is a high value man. There's a difference between being rich and being famous and being known and being high value. And I don't think he might be rich, maybe, but
that's another good fucking question.
Yeah.
It's not. That's why in the beginning, it's not good for the baby, actually. That's why I just want to tell the truth, because when I first test positive, and I was just kind of shocked because I just want to see where his head's at. And then I tried to like talk to him. I called him. I texted him. He acts like nothing happened. Like not my business.
So let's see if we can get to that phone call. She recorded a phone call. What is it? Oh, is it not in here? God damn it! All right, I'm gonna find it. Hold on.
Like, woman, not my business. Deal with it. We're not together. Like, don't call me, don't text me, things like that. That was his behavior. I have a 37 minutes conversation between me and him. What if you think we don't keep the baby quick because we're not together anymore? Things happen, and I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take you to the hospital. That would be fine. I would be okay. But he did completely the other way around. That just made me so sad. How can you you said you love me like literally 2 weeks.
So they're all talking about this, and this is the actual phone conversation. Unfortunately for her, Florida is a two-party consent state, and she did not let him know that she was recording this phone call. So this is not going to be useful for court or anything, but it certainly is useful for the public opinion. You are, well, yeah, yep, listen to it. Listen.
Right. I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from the doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I think he really doesn't understand that taking that pill is ending the life of that baby.
I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing. Okay.
I want to keep the baby.
It sounds
okay.
messed up. Well, recordings. I don't know. But
like I said, I just don't want any kids.
Too late now, brother. Too late now.
Okay, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do to me?
What you gonna do to me? So like, now we're on the other side. What do you mean? What you gonna? You know you're recording this phone call, and you know that he's gonna be emotional about the whole thing. And what are you gonna do to me? That's an interesting question.
And what you gonna do to me?
Nothing. Well, why did I do anything to you?
Nothing.
Listen, I said, the more I listen to this, it reminds me of Laura Owens, who was trying to trap Clayton Eckerd, the former Bachelor contestant. Too bad that you didn't realize oral can't get you pregnant. Yeah, this is a thing. This is a thing. Now, I don't think this is particular to that situation, but it's common. And that's why when people like Fresh and Fit, even though they're pieces of shit, when they do say things like, hey, protect your seed, make sure you wrap it up, that you should do it because they're right. And then they don't do it. Yeah, they're like the red pill guys of right. Because again, it was Kevin Daniels, RIP, and then there was Andrew Tate kind of tangentially there, but the red pill is Fresh and Fit and everything else.
Why did I do anything to you?
No, I know. So like, how are you gonna deal with this? By saying I don't want a baby? That's all?
I mean,
where's the accountability?
To the doctor, I guess.
To the doctor. So you want abortion?
But
I mean, yeah. Why do you want a kid now?
Oh, why do you want a kid now? I thought that we weren't supposed to, we weren't supposed to have this type of mentality. That this is a feminist idea.
And why do you make me pregnant now?
That's I'm like, there's no.
Shout out to Fernandez T over on X. Welcome to the party. Asked a great question. Why is this our business? This is our business because people listen to what people like Fresh and the rest of the people that we're going to talk about. People listen to what they have to say. And the things that they say are very different than the things they do. So if we are not able to determine who is bullshitting and who is actually practicing what they preach, then we are going to end up just like him. Shout out to Sweet Potato Night. Welcome to the party. So there's a feminist idea, male, but there's a feminist idea, male and female. Well, yeah, I agree, but it's certainly not what he preaches. That's the point. Hey, shout out to Garrett Grant with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. And of course, every single donation comes with a treat for my co-host Morty. Thank you, sir. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream, guys. If you got a gifted membership, make sure you join the Discord. It is free. It's completely free to join the Discord. But if you are a member of the channel, you get the full access, including the after party, where as soon as we are done here, we're going to the Discord server. We don't have to worry about the YouTube censors and all that. You're not stuck behind your keyboard. You're actually on screen with me and everybody else. It's a grand old time. Come and join us. We got Anne-Marie in the building. True. Not our business, but definitely entertaining. I know lots of time ain't there. Someone's person. I mean, fair enough. I mean, nobody's saying that you have to care.
No way that's true. But then it's like, oh wow, like.
So just think about it. It's meant to be. God wants you to have the baby.
Oh God, now God wants you to have the baby. God,
God wants you to have a baby. 7 years never happened, and then you're fucking me for a month, and I'm pregnant.
And so she's me. I think when she says that, shout out again to Garrett. When she says that, I believe she was married for like 7 years or something, and then she never used protection, never got married, and never got pregnant, and now she's saying that she is. Sweet Potatoes said he does not preach it. I got into it with whoever that is, and he's never said he's anti-abortion, and he blocked me. Well, again, it's not but this. If somebody sent this video in to Fresh and Fit and said, "Hey, what do you guys think of this situation?" Are you honestly telling me that both of them would not sit there and clown the fuck out of this dude for being a beta and for not stepping up and not always, you got to be honest with your women, you got to do this and that and that and that. Everything they preach, this is completely against it. This is completely against it. Shout out to the Dodgers. All right, that's not bad.
What does that mean? You're fucking me for a month and I'm pregnant. What does that mean? Well, now I just think about it, if you force me to kill the baby, then you're a sin.
Well, we already sinned by having sex, but it's too late now. You know,
it's not too late now.
But honestly,
so I mean, it goes on a little bit more, but so right, was there anything else? Oh, so shout out to Ari Jacob. Shout out to Ari Jacob, Little Miss Jacob. I will be on her channel tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. She was covering some of this stuff as well, but. Oh, actually, no, we're switching gears. Never mind. I got mixed up. I told you we're going to be a little disorganized today. Shout out to Ari. I want to move on to the, God damn it. Where is this girl? I should have fucking got it. Yeah, damn it. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. The interview that Michael Knowles did with the OnlyFans girl. Michael Knowles. Sorry. Give me a second. Yeah. Fuck is this shit? Come on. It's here somewhere. Really? Michael Knowles Nala. There we go. So this chick.
Started slow. I started OnlyFans.
And I actually didn't even bother listening to it because I don't necessarily care too much about her personally. I don't know her. I don't know anything about her except for the fact that she was on OnlyFans. She made a whole lot of money, and now she's saying that she's not into it anymore. It's not about her. It's not about her. Remember, we're talking about yeah. And it's not about her specifically. It's about consistency, guys. And remember, this is all about consistency. So on the right, specifically within the Daily Wire and other Christians here will talk to the ends of the earth about how detrimental people like this, people like OnlyFans are. Then in a different context, we'll also talk about how silly the LGBT community is because it's just self-ID. Yet, for some reason, Michael is now promoting some OnlyFans girl because she said she believes in Christ now. And again, maybe she does. Maybe she is. Shout out to Modern Apocrypha. Welcome to the party. Maybe she's legit. Maybe. I don't know. But the point is that I certainly, if I was a Christian, would want to have a little bit more, what's the word? Skepticism, a little bit more justification before I saw that that people were coming into my space. And then as soon as you go over to Twitter, you see now she's selling rosaries on Etsy, and it's just like, again, that doesn't mean anything that you can't be a Christian or anything like that. But it's where Where that same skepticism that you have with the person, the celebrity that just got in trouble, that oh, well, I'm non-binary now, and like, oh my God, amazing, oh great. But when it comes to Christianity, you're all welcome. Everybody, as God saves. God, they just repented. $170 for a thing here. And then I just, oh, come on, really? I scrolled to exactly where I needed it, and then it went all the way back. God damn it. I told you, we're going to be a little messy. But I wanted to show you some of what people were saying, and it blew my mind that nobody is well, Pearl of all people. Where are we? So this is what Pearl had to say.
My dad isn't the most religious guy.
There you go.
You know, we were raised Catholic. We did 12 years of Catholic school, but, you know, I never really grew up hearing my dad talk about God, faith. And I always sort of wondered why, because my dad acts in a way that is more moral and good than most religions.
Half the people on Twitter are saying she's full of crap, but are half the Christians saying she's full of crap? Everybody can clearly see that she's full. I'm not putting that on her. And it is not about her specifically. The fact that it is a debate is the problem. The fact that it is a debate is the problem. The fact that it is not like Sweet Potato is saying that he has the skepticism. Got a grift. Where is the why isn't that everybody? Do you not have a reverence for your faith, a reverence for your group, a reverence for what is Christianity? If everybody is a Christian, then nobody is a Christian. And again, it's just the Daily Wire. What are you doing?
Religious people. You know, for example, he's been with one woman for 30 years. He not only, he had 7 biological children, but he also took in 3 teenagers that were in bad situations. We adopted them into our family. You know, who does that, right?
And Mount, I think that's the appropriate. Again, I'm not saying that as a Christian you should shun anybody from the faith. I understand that, you know, the prodigal son, the whole thing. I get that. But can we just, before you get a 2.5-hour feature on the main alternative conservative media, maybe do some works, maybe do a good deed, maybe donate some of that $9 million that you made pop in your pussy, and then we'll believe you. The path to being Christian is trial and error. Apparently.
Bingo. He was never angry, not an angry guy. I've never really heard him yell. And just randomly, like he'll never tell you about help them. Like,
this is the one I wanted. Yeah. So let's just go with what the fuck I'm saying. Pearl is spot on. It's hilarious to see all the Christians act identical to the trans activists. As long as you say the right words, we'll give you a platform and tell you how amazing you are with no need to verify or justify. Then yeah, of course the yeah boy. And shout out to Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer says these only fans girls can pray their slutty behavior all they want. They will never be respectable no matter how much they cry to God. Praying to be a respectable person doesn't work once you do sex work. It's best that we shun women like this from society. Now again, I'm not saying that they should be shunned from society, or that she shouldn't be in the church or any of those kinds of things. I'm just saying, does she need to be on the Daily Wire? But Laura Loomer is spot on, and all of her, well, where's the forgiveness? There's almost nothing that the godless hate more than redemption. Heavily disagree with you. Just saying. That's not what Jesus would do. I'd run into these girls when I worked in Hollywood on music video sets and whatever. Almost all of them were emotionally and sexually abused and raped by their own. What? Jesus Christ! I don't know. That sounds anecdotal. But again, Everyone's redeemable. Everybody's riding for her just based on the fact that she said the right words. And I just don't get it, because you guys can make fun of it so easily when it's a different dogmatic ideology. Come on. You can see it so easily when it's a different dogmatic ideology. But when it comes to your own beliefs, it goes right over your head. Let's grab some of these comments here. I smell cluster B impulsiveness in her conversion to Christ. Yeah. Let's get there. Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely people saying she's full of crap. But again, the fact that it is not a standard, like, okay, hey, I'm glad that you've changed your ways, but now let's see what you do. Why is that not the standard position of Christians? That is what doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, we all know she ain't sharing that. So I was stupid enough to have always wanted to wake up next to the same person for life. What an idiot, right?
Stupid loser.
Yeah, right? Come on. So just maybe she's trying to be Amaroon. I don't know who that is either. Pearl is definitely annoying and a grifter, which is why it's again crazy to me that she's the only one who this was before I saw Laura Loomer. She seemed to be one of the only ones that was actually having a relatively decent perspective on this. That, like, hey, slow down a minute, wait a minute, maybe she's turned her life around. Many have before, many will again. Oh, there's the hungry dance. He does that when he's hungry, guys. Every donation comes with a every donation comes with a treat for Morty, and he is starving. And yeah, so grifter or not, when you're right, you're right. Shout out to Valeria in the building. Welcome to the party. So I disagree completely, pretty strongly. Good works are not a prerequisite for conversion. That's not what I said. I started this out saying she might be legit. I agree. It is not a prerequisite. But how do you know, the people who are saying this is great, how do you know that she is not using your sacred beliefs the same way she was using her body? How do you know that? Burns says, would it be hilarious if now the OF Girls goes full MAGA and becomes a conservative influencer? I mean, you know, Again, I wouldn't trust her, but I wouldn't hate the, we could always use people on our team. Yeah, she definitely tries too hard. So now she made that much bank on OF. Why is she selling rosaries? Because it's all about the money. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's all for clicks and views. Good grief. Until I turned in here, I had zero desire to talk about this stupid story. Well, that's what I'm telling you. It seems dumb, but if you look at it at the right perspective, you understand. Okay, there's value here. We can talk about why there is this debate. Maybe you feel like, oh, great, she's Christian, she's part of our team. Awesome. Well, then why then, if you do, as many other people do, why do you have an issue with people saying, okay, I'm non-binary now, I'm a woman now? What's the difference? On a trauma dumping. Yep. So he said the whole point of Christianity is to become better, though. Through humility. But goddamn, most people's egos devour everything. Yes. I think she's spot on. She retweeted that, and she's like, mark my word, one of these conservative media hosts who simp for OnlyFans girls who claim to have found God are going to get caught cheating on their wife with one of these nasty sex workers. Not sure it will be, but it will happen. Who was it before that was just saying Michael Knowles is trying to get it in? It's going to happen. Shout out to Zippy the Strange. Thank you so very much for the Rumble rant. Let's give Morty his due. He is hungry. He said, thank you so much, making you the new co-sponsor of the stream. Thank you very, very, very much, sir. I'm going to get through these. Remind me if I forget to put you in the banner. First, that she was on the whatever podcast a few months ago talking about how she had a cheating fetish, dressed up like a fox. But me and Laura Loomer are such horrible people for being like, are we sure?
How dare you?
Maybe. And again, yeah, maybe she's legit. But the fact that everybody is accepting it, it's not about Nala. It's about everybody else accepting it at face value. Let me say that again. It's not about Nala. It's about everybody accepting it at face value. I am not at all saying that she can't convert and she can't fix her life and she can't do whatever. He was. Shout out to Zippy. Thank you. It must generate my position. Happy for you. What's next for you? And again, that's totally fair. But it should be that there was something that she did after that then God damn it, I did it again. That then gives a reason why, oh wow, you have the redemption story to come tell on Michael Knowles' channel. Sorry, I'm trying to find this shit. Actually, we get here. Okay, wait, we're almost there. Okay, and so this is okay. Let's just play this. That's a non-binary threatening to stab people. So we see that, and what did I say? Yeah, God damn it! Why does it? Can I do like that? Yeah, okay, bet. So I'm willing to say this is just a violent person. But oh wait, this is not even relevant to that. Never mind. Moving on. So I see this come across, and I'm like, wow, amazing. Like, all right, checkmate. I'm a Christian now. I don't believe in God or Jesus or Savior, but neither does Dawkins, Ayan Hirsi Ali, or the OnlyFans girl. So here, Pearl's saying, you know what's funny? I rarely drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, and yet TradCon women tell me I'm not a real Christian, while simultaneously defending an ex-OnlyFans whore. Red Pill Els says Christianity isn't about performing good works or the outward appearance of righteousness. It's about accepting Christ's perfectly sinless sacrifice and transformation through him. He's the one that's perfectly good, not us. And again, so okay, well, a Christian actually mad about the broad application of religious language is a good start. Maybe, because this is agreeing with Pearl. Maybe they'll either drop any pretenses of Christianity meaning anything. Probably not. Or reel it in and keep it in the spiritual realm and keep this BS out of politics to save both realms. When you mix religion and politics, you fuck them both up. Pearl is just pearls. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Lost burner popcorn account. Another Twitch that came out and said her husband was forcing her to be. I thought, sure. It said, unless I have to repopulate the planet or something, I don't want more than one baby mama. Yeah, that should be the goal, right? That should be the goal. Well, my position stands then, and time will tell, and by their fruits you will know them. Exactly. Why is this not the position of every single Christian? Happy for you. Now let's see what's good. And Marie says if she 100% repents and donates the money, then her story would be more credible, and it leaves me on the fence. Bingo. That is exactly what I'm saying. If you don't even care enough about Christianity, the idea of Christianity, to protect it from people who are going to abuse it, then why the fuck should I care? I don't even believe in it. Did I have? Oh yeah. So I wanted to shout out again to Little Miss Jacob, aka Ari Jacob. Again, I will be on her show tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. But she had something else to add into this, and I just want to know: does this change your perspective of the whole thing?
Yeah,
like that shit, huh?
So this is when she was on. This is from before her conversion. She was on the No Jumper podcast. I guess it's not the official No Jumper. I don't know who this dude is, but
you like that shit.
That's my shit right there.
Making your eyes go crooked. Making it look like you got Down syndrome.
How do y'all feel about that? Real quick, before we continue, how do y'all feel about the? I'm not even doing the face, where they cross their eyes and stick the tongue out. It's like an anime thing. I don't know what it is, but how do you feel about it?
Making it look like you got Down syndrome is in, huh? Motherfuckers is sick today. Nah, for real. Because motherfuckers is cool with that. Like, motherfuckers been like, damn, a person would have did that 10 years ago. Be like, damn, you got Down syndrome. I feel bad.
Why the fuck are men so against this? Like, Lenny Balls feels the same way.
No,
I'm
I'm just
like,
saying, like,
you're fucking, it's a kink.
You have to think
That's
about
what
this.
a
Kink, listen, when I used to see shit like that,
Yeah, what do you guys think? What do we got? What do we think? Dumb, childish. Yeah, that's where this is going. Because the fact is that it's meant to elicit thoughts of like youngness. And I mean, these days, I feel like I feel like even the schoolgirl aesthetic, because of what's out there, it's just like it's just too close. The Catholic schoolgirl, oh, that used to be such a common thing. But now, because everything's everything, exactly. It's just weird. Versus I'm an older millennial, and I feel like a total boomer watching these clowns. I am right there with you. I'm right there with you. But let's see. Yeah, so he's been like, what is that shit?
It would stink.
You got it all wrong.
You have to think about it like it would stink. That's not the era I come from.
What? Like
that face.
Who the fuck says it's
that face?
It's a kink. It's
that
better.
face.
Like, honestly, people just didn't know how to do that with their eyes.
Man,
but 10 years ago.
You're making it look like a little girl.
Like they got a little face. I'm not into young looking girls. When you look like you.
How does that look young? I don't see babies going, ah. Babies don't cross their fucking eyes.
They kind of do.
Tell me you never had a baby without telling me I never had a baby.
Oh my God.
Whoever told you
what
this?
Goddamn baby on this goddamn fucking earth crosses their eyes like that?
You got kids?
No.
Exactly.
Obviously.
No, exactly. You don't got kids, so you cannot sit there and even say some shit
okay, can
like
I say something though?
This is so
I am
toxic.
gonna correct you there.
The Shark Tank.
I am
no
the
jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. Go ahead and continue.
So I guess that's the podcast, the Sharp Tank, and this guy is the sharpest. I don't know. We'll finish it up and then give opinions. Burner Popcorn account says again, any woman online whose entire brand is me should be your warning that they will make your life a living hell. Good advice.
I am the middle of 5 children, right? 4
so
girls.
what? You didn't have 5. You didn't have 1.
Shut the fuck up. Let me speak.
You didn't have 1.
You're so disrespectful.
You didn't have 1.
Damn.
You didn't have 1.
I don't know if I'm not gonna like walk up and get up.
That's a great catch. Holy, great catch from 169. He said, oh, yeah, you're like a little kid. Like, what baby? Like, whoa. Do you know more than you are letting on?
Out right now.
That might
shut
be
the fuck
do
up.
What you do. No,
so
fuck
listen.
you and shut the fuck.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot.
I mean, this guy's saying, I don't like when you do that because you remind me of a baby, of a little girl. And she gets upset and says it's a kink. And then does this thing.
Right.
It's a toxic situation. I don't like how he's talking to her.
I do agree with
in
his
a way
his,
he's like calling.
Yeah, I do agree with him. I don't like how he's
rat stall to me, but
I'm gonna like walk up and get out right now.
That might
shut
be
the fuck
do
up.
What you do. No,
so
fuck
listen.
you and shut the fuck up. You're on my show. You can walk and get your ass up and
yes,
you can
sir.
go.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so I don't look like that when I try to take control of my own platform and say like, well, this is my house. It's not that bad, right?
The Shark Tank. So don't say that. If that's what you want to do.
Let me finish then. You gave me the floor. Let me finish then. So
Don't
this is
tell
my
me to
thought.
shut the
I'm the
fuck
middle
up.
of 5 kids.
Learn how to talk over it then.
Okay, Jesus.
Learn how to
Do
talk.
that.
All right, Chester.
Shut the fuck up.
and it's
You're on my
interesting
show.
because in another video, she basically says that she likes to be dominated and stuff. Not that like this is not nice. But obviously she doesn't like to be dominated. I think obviously that was like an act. And I don't know if she talks about that. I'm going to be
Just go down a little bit. No, baby, you were just a last minute spare.
Wow.
That's how we
I
do
can
this
leave.
shit.
It's okay.
Then
I
do
don't
what
have
you
to be
do.
here.
Do what
Oh
you
my
do.
Goodness.
Continue.
I'm the middle of 5
There's no way I'm like that.
children, right? Okay, so listen. Every single one of them have at least 1 child. I grew up in a home of 5 fucking children. Listen, listen, like we were very close in age, and then all of a sudden, my 17-year-old sister starts popping out a child, and then everyone after
He's
that
asking why you're
starts popping
making
out
a kid face.
I've been around every single fucking
So
one
what
of
does that
them.
mean?
I have changed most of their diapers, bought them all clothes. I am that
Tap
auntie.
this real quick before I don't.
What
want
is
you to.
this real quick?
He's saying like, why are you making that face? But I guess they kind of moved on from that.
You're already hitting it wrong. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, the button.
Hit the button and hold the hole, baby. You know.
So he goes, you know, he goes on and does this, whatever. Makes fun of her for not being able to hit this random piece that I've never even seen before, and I am a motherfucking pothead. But then the host after did a response to this, and again, I want to get your guys' thoughts because all of this is still unfolding. All of this is still unfolding, but I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. Zibby said, well, you were not great with Christian Watson, but at least you did not go full Chester. Did you watch the members stream? Because I think I was fucking great with Christian Watson. I think I was fucking fantastic with Christian Watson. And you can go and watch my review of the debate. Members only. It's up. If you haven't seen it, I thought I was a dick, and I was not. Brenner said, what she's saying is that she's desperate for attention coming from a big family. Oh, okay. I didn't read it that way, but that makes a lot of sense too. The gaslighting is real. Oh, interesting. No, she said middle child. Higo isn't an underage thing. Japan has a lot of that problem, but a Higo isn't part of that. I hate that I know that. Well, and fair enough, but there's the fact that you know that, the fact that you had to learn that is enough. There's enough people who are like, hey, what's going on here, that you had to you had to learn that or know that, or somebody have to tell you that. Always. So yeah, then he responded, and let me know if this changes your perspective.
Very, very interesting.
Fitness knowledge interview. Okay, we can do that for sure. Why not? There was an interview that I actually saw. It got leaked, and it had dropped in our queue a long time ago. I want to say this is probably back in Jesus. I know this was months ago. This was last year, like back in February, March, maybe. And we did this. We did a piece. Well, it was set to be a piece. It was with a girl named Fitness Nala.
So I mean, I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch the interview. It's more about the concept of the discussion. But this girl was on with Michael Knowles for 2.5 hours in a big like special thing. And my question is why? What has she done that there aren't other Christians who've done bad things and turned their life around, that we're going to somebody who had their OnlyFans up a week ago? That's my question. Burner Popcorn account says a female friend is one of 11 children and got used to having to be extremely over the time and extra to get any attention from her. Over the top to get any attention from her parents. That definitely makes sense. No, I haven't seen it because I don't care. Like, I'm not a Christian. I'm not part of Christianity. But the fact that you can see that everybody is just, there's not one thing that she could say that would, because of the fact that I know that she was so, I mean, if she converted a year ago, then I'd be like, okay, I definitely got to watch this and see what she's done in the last year. But we're talking about, we're talking about a very short period of time. And these things take time to set up. But everybody is just swallowing it whole, just like the transes. So I don't want to see any Christians having a problem with self-ID with the LGBT community if you don't have a problem with it in your own community. Who knows how to get views? Framing that drama. Yep, it's not about pushing conservatism. It's not about pushing Christianity. It's about clicks and views.
Y'all ain't familiar with her. Named Fitness Nala. She came to do an interview with me, and when we sat down, I'm talking about, y'all, the interview maybe lasted 9 minutes tops. Lasted 9 minutes tops, man. It went sideways, Churchill, sideways. And
I agree, but that's the opposite position of what I'm making fun of, which is also a bad position. That just because she did bad things in her life, like sure, my personal preference, I don't care what she does in her life, and she becomes the best person ever because of her past. I wouldn't want to personally deal with her, but I have no issue saying like, yeah, okay, great, you know, she changed her life. I used to be a fucking drug addict. I changed my life. People can change their lives, but I wouldn't expect you to a week after you saw me railing lines of blues and I said, oh, guys, I quit. I wouldn't expect you to be like, oh, my God, you did an amazing thing. I'm so fucking proud of you. You'd be like, oh, well, that's great. Now let's see if you can keep it up before I give you all the accolades of doing something you have not earned. Apparently says, I disagree, but that would take a lot more than a comment to explain. I mean, I don't mean doubt isn't warranted, but there's still stuff there that I think lends people to believe her. All right, so you know what? Let's this is not a super long video, so why don't we get through this? I'll drop the link and let's have a conversation about it. MS9 said, Daily Wire seems desperate to pull in subscribers. Has the fallout from Candace been that bad? Genuinely curious. It absolutely has. It absolutely has. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can fact check this. I'm parroting somebody else, but I believe that Candace Owens was the got the most views. Her Daily Wire channel got the most views of anybody at the Daily Wire in the last year, and I think Brett is a second. So the old fogey guys. I saw a tweet. Someone said, I don't think Ben Shapiro realizes that his audience has matured past him. And I was like, damn. Like, yeah, when I was 17 and you were dunking on dunking on college kids, like, cool. But that's the same reason I don't have a whole lot of respect for Steven Crowder's debating ability, because it's only college kids. It's only it's never any serious person. If you're not farming drama, you cannot push a message currently. Versus Michael Knowles also recently interviewed Pearl. Yeah, we covered that one. We definitely covered that one. And now constantly claps back at her on X. It seems kind of underhanded and off-brand for him. Yeah, maybe things are a lot worse than we think. Modern said, I'm not justifying the attention she's getting. You're asking why she's getting attention. The answer is that she's in exactly the right place to pull the attention right now. And I'm not asking why she's getting attention. That's not what I said. I'm asking why she's getting acceptance. Acceptance. You can get positive attention. You can get negative attention. You can get neutral to, I'm not really sure. A lot of different things you can do there. That's not the same thing as acceptance.
And,
shout out to Fredo. Welcome to the party. So they probably had this planned beforehand. The interview wasn't caused by Candace separate. Oh, I thought you were going to say the whole thing was planned. Oh, yeah. This was definitely planned before Candace Owens. But I think what M169 was saying is that in general, their subscriber count wasn't doing well except for Candace. And now without Candace, they're like, oh, shit.
I start diving into the conversation. We were already talking, and she was already kind of like up on, I could tell she was already kind of ready for it. And I'm like, I didn't even get to, because we were already conversating before the cameras came on. So I didn't even get to really put, I didn't get to say, hey, Sharp Tank, no jumper, sharpest, coolest podcast in the world,
Modern got a good point here. She's getting acceptance because there's a faction that's demonizing her. The natural reaction is to come in on the other side to support her. Well said. Well said. Dilly to that. That's absolutely a big part of it. You're absolutely right. And that's a frustration that has to do with social media. But you're absolutely right. There's just so many people. Yeah. Good call. So we figured out. All right. Have a good night, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link, and if you want to come up, I do ask that you cam up and use the same name that you use on YouTube, so I know who you are.
We didn't even get to really, pop off and do what we need to do because we were already involved in the conversation. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go. And I said it real quick. I said, Sharp Schools Podcast, and we're all right, go. That's what I told her, right? She just started being honest. Because I got on her, I ain't gonna lie. You come in here with the pigtails, with the little schoolgirl skirt, the little Chuck Taylors. Nigga, she don't even cross her legs. She's just sitting there like this with her legs open. Like some anime shit, nigga. And I told her, I said, I see what you catering to. She's sticking her tongue out across her eyes. I said, I see what you catering to. She's like, yeah, a lot of my following, is fathers. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do understand that, but do you understand the following? Like a lot.
That rubs me the wrong way. A lot of my audience is fathers, so I cater to that. Ugh. And it's like that mentality. That's the same fucking person.
A lot of my subscribers.
Why you want to look like a little baby?
And have children.
Why you want to look like a baby? You dressing like a little girl. You say most of your followers are dads. Think about it. Most of your followers are dads. Said, man, you cater to.
Wow.
I told her. And she know, and I still stand on it to this day. Fitness now, I feel, in my opinion, and what I've seen and what I saw don't have to be a fact. But what I saw, what I seen, it gave me catering to vibes.
Wow.
So, M169 saying ew. Ew in the sense that you agree with the dude here, or ew that he is making a connection where no connection needs to be made?
I mean,
who does that? Like, for real, like you're telling me clear as day. So when I told her she did that, that's when she took her headphones off. She threw them down. She stormed out. She was crying.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, afterwards, I don't care enough. Again, I don't care enough to go back and see specifically, but I think you caught it. Garrett said, sadly, it's true. The majority of OF subscribers are married men. And I mean, it makes sense, but like, it's just bad.
Threatening her lawyers on us if we drop the interview, yada, 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 all the extra shit. So we don't drop it. This bitch goes on TikTok or wherever the f he goes to and goes and talks about it and says, yeah, I was at No Jumper and I met this guy named Sharp. If you guys know him, he's just a real, like, she just started talking shit about it. She was like, he told me some stuff and I ran out and I was sobbing like, bitch, shut up. Get in the corner up over here and cry on the smallest violin because we still can't hear your punk ass.
So he got offended because he's like, you're catering to people that like those. That
bitch, go ball up in the corner.
Started slow.
Bitch, go ball up just like this, bitch. Ball up.
See, this is toxic. It's not funny to me.
Bitch, just like this. I'm glad we ain't got nothing in this room because we balled up. Bitch, let's ball up in the corner and let's pull out the smallest violin, bitch, and let's cry. Ooh, don't let a fart out, bitch. Up out of here, nigga. What we doing?
So again, little much, but I definitely agree with the sentiment. That's all right, Valeria. You do your thing. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Guys, if you are new here, welcome to the party. This is Morty, and I am your host, Lutch, a.k.a. the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. That's right. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And after every single stream, we go over to Discord for the members of the channel. It is free to join the Discord. You get your free channel, the free channel, the free chat, the current events, all that good stuff for free. But if you are a member of the channel, you get the after party where you're not stuck behind your keyboard. You are on screen with me and everybody else. So join up. It only starts at $2.99. You know what I mean?
Like, nobody want to hear that shit. This shut up. I was sobbing. All right, bitch.
Exactly. He's crass and rude and crude, but not wrong.
I had to do it for y'all, man. We got to turn up, man, late night. Yeah, come on,
the guy that started No Jumper is an adult star.
Get to letting down little poops and shit, bitch.
That's a good point from Ari, that this guy works for No Jumper, and Adam22 is a P-star, and his wife just got dicked down. So, I mean, not by children, but...
Hey, get on your smallest violin. I told you what I told you, bitch. You look like you cater to that.
All right, so let's see her response.
On Daily Wire, but...
So I go into No Jumper and I didn't even get greeted by this guy. Like, this guy literally just starts talking out of his fucking ass. And his name is Sharp. I don't give a fuck about telling you guys this because I think what he did was extremely wrong. No, he's like, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into here, young lady. Throughout the entire podcast,
I don't watch Adam22 like that. Does he act like, hey, you guys should live the life that I live? Because if not, then I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree just based on that notion. Because even when we talk about people like Destiny, who we love to talk shit about his lifestyle, then he doesn't tell people you should be acting the way that I'm acting. And that's a big deal. Guys, I'm only seeing a few likes. I don't know if my counter is off, but if you have not already done so, please hit that like button. It is free. And it helps out so very, very much.
He is telling me I'm a child. He's like, you're too young. You're a child. You're just like belittling me. belittling.
See, this is why I don't trust her. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Maybe I
So Ari's saying I don't trust her.
I hope she found God.
My name is Sharp. This is
But
no
that's not
jumper.
true.
Continue. I'm like, why the fuck
I
am
mean,
I
he was
here?
rude
It's
for
not
sure.
a shout out or anything.
But he was rude because he said you're catering
Supposed to be
to.
an hour long. I walked out in 7 minutes. He
So
made
she
me
was
cry.
not
I was
happy.
sobbing.
You don't think these people manipulate? I mean, not everybody does, but that is a manipulation. And if you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, let's welcome Modern Apocrypha to the party. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, you hear me all right?
Loud and clear.
Doing good. It's been a minute. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Trying to get all of this stuff in one stream to make sure I'm getting my point across. I don't know how well I'm doing with that. What do you think? What do you think of all this?
Well, I was only able to join in a little late. I actually just got out of another podcast, but I saw you were live and I wanted to come say hi.
Appreciate it.
Hey, guys. So, yeah, no, I actually think you made your point pretty well. And I generally don't have any argument with you. It's like you don't put the people who are brand new converts in as your figurehead, no matter what your movement is. You might give them a minute to say, this is cool. But the Daily Wire guys have always done this thing where they take whatever news is there at the moment and they use it to try to pull people into their orbit. And that's just kind of how, I don't know, man. It's kind of like how they have to do it because they're big time or something. I don't know. It's not my thing. Never has been.
Yeah, I totally get you. And I don't necessarily blame them in the sense, like, I'm also a content creator. I also understand the algorithm and you got to do this, that, and whatever.
Yeah.
But that's specifically, again, why I'm not one of these people who say, I have the best way of living. And I have ideas that I think if we propagate these ideas, that's one thing. But, I'm not telling everybody that they should, live by themselves and stop dating and smoke a bunch of weed and whatever it is in my life. That's not what I'm telling these people to do. However, we have a bunch of people who are out there saying you should live like this and then showing something very different. And I don't appreciate it.
There's this really tough dichotomy because I am a Christian and very happily so. There's this tough dichotomy where I can point and I can say, look, this changed my life in the best way. I know the Lord and it made a huge difference for me. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I then get to dictate how everybody else lives or anything. It's kind of like what you just said. I'm on the same page with you there too. And if you watch the way they act in like their backstages and whatever, the Daily Wire guys kind of are too. It isn't like they're telling everybody that they've got all the answers, but by the same token, because they're Christians, they get held up on this pedestal and people say, well, kind of like what you just did. And that just sucks. So I don't know.
What do you think about the, because especially for me personally as a non-Christian, hey, shout out to Solid Snake. Welcome to the Discord server. If you become a member, make sure to let me know so I can give you all the full permissions. But this idea of self-ID, we make fun of how baseless the idea of self-ID is in the LGBT community. That like, oh, you're just you're gender fluid, so you just say that you're a boy today and you're a girl tomorrow. That's silly. But why is it different when it comes to Christianity?
Well, in a sense, Christianity gets the worst of all the worlds that way, because when you claim it, then people like to point at Christianity and say that, because you're kind of the worst example of what a Christian could be, then this is Christianity's fault. And, it's like,
what is Christianity's fault?
Anything, whatever it is that's
just in general. Gotcha. Okay.
Right. Exactly. And so what I'm saying is I tend to agree with you that just saying you are something doesn't make you that. And it's your fruit that shows it. It's how you live your life, and what you actually externalize over time is what you should be judged by. But that's not how this world works most of the time. And you know it as well as I do. I mean, that's just a fact. So no, I haven't had any serious argument with the overall point you've been making. If anything, I just agree, and I don't.
But you did bring up a really good point, point about the pushback, and that there are there's a lot of people just ready to be like, oh, she's the worst and she can't do this. Da, 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 da. And I do agree that within Christianity, even though I'm not a Christian, I was for a very long time, that grace, forgiveness, these are core parts of not only Christianity itself, but specifically Jesus's message. And so I'm not saying that was that it can't happen, or that it necessarily will happen. That's what it should be more of a, okay, let's wait and see. But I think you hit the nail on the head.
Well, and the dialectic, like I say, the whole point of having a system where there are two sides and they're pushing on each other is like, obviously, if you're not on the one side, you're going to try to take sides with the other side. It's kind of a natural human reaction. So when you see people like her, she is in a perfect place where when she makes this claim, she automatically makes herself a target from a lot of the people on Twitter who are like saying stuff like Laura Loomer did, where, oh, these sluts can't ever be forgiven, right? And I'm like, well, maybe not, but that's not mine to judge. And then, of course, everybody else who disagrees with Loomer has to jump in on the other side instead of just staying the heck quiet and letting the whole discussion kind of go away, because it's a big nothing burger. We've got better things we ought to be talking about. Now, I agree with you that there are things we can learn from it, and no issue with that. I just think that the overall point is not.
I definitely wouldn't have just covered the Nala thing on its own. It's in a larger thing, because I had some notes here. There was other stuff too that I meant to get to. Candace and Ben. I completely forgot about Candace and Ben. So speaking of the Daily Wire, we see that you're supposed to be the bastion of free speech, and then Ben and Candace are a little grating, and then she's gone.
Okay. Do you want an interesting take on that? Because I haven't actually really had a chance to air this yet. But
we got a breaking take. Let's have it.
I don't know. I wouldn't make that big a deal of myself, man. But seriously, I think it's interesting. So Ben Shapiro has a very Zionist take. He always has. He always will. That's totally predictable. And whether you agree with it or like it or not, it's just kind of how he is and who he is. Candace, on the other hand, is really an interesting case because she has never been philosophically conservative. I don't know if you remember when she was red pill black. Do you remember that?
Vaguely, okay. Not really.
I've been paying attention. Yeah. I've actually noticed her right at the beginning, and I've sort of been paying attention the whole time. And it's sort of curious because where she came onto the scene was from the left. Right. She originated on the hard left. And the only reason she started making friends with the conservatives was because she got hit really hard by her own side. And it totally pushed her away from the left. And so she has been a reactionarily conservative figure only since then, which is like totally bizarre. And then Jeremy Boring on the air, I think it was on a backstage, offered her a job. And that has sort of been their whole interaction the whole time she's been at the Daily Wire, as they do all of their business totally just on the airwaves, open for everybody to see. And the fact is, she never came from the same side they did in the first place. Exactly. Right. So it has, and full disclosure here, she annoys me. Personality wise, she has this black woman sort of aesthetic thing where she takes these issues and she goes after them and she attacks them with her sort of, and it just grates on me a little bit. So
I can definitely see that. I mean, yeah,
I don't have a super high opinion of her, but I also have to speak up for her when people criticize her. And a lot of my circle on Twitter are very involved with the Daily Wire, and they're very strident against Candace. And that isn't me, man. It's like, I see her for what she is. She has strong opinions. She's got a loud mouth. She's not constitutionally or philosophically conservative. She kind of came from a left position. So where she's at right now really isn't from any particular place of long held, what would you call it? Long held foundational beliefs. It's kind of, she jumped on a bandwagon and wound up on the wrong side of the Daily Wire guys. And because she is who she is, she felt like she had to stick that to the wall. So surprise? No.
Right. Yeah. And it seems like maybe they weren't ready for the firebrand that was Candace Owens. And I mean, I definitely respect that aspect of her, as somebody who I kind of feel like, whether it's Tim Pool or Candace Owens or other people that, are grading and have a strong personality, I kind of see that in myself a little bit sometimes. And so I can appreciate, being
me too.
Somebody, yeah. So I can definitely appreciate, having that ready to use when necessary. But I definitely agree that, she can be a little much. And as Burner Popcorn Account is saying, you definitely don't want to be on her wrong side.
Here's a funny one. You know what the description that Ben Shapiro used to give to Donald Trump? He says, Donald Trump's like a hammer. When a hammer hits a nail, that's great. When a hammer hits a baby, that's not so great, right? Ben Shapiro used to say that about Donald Trump. The same is true of Matt Walsh. The same is true of Candace Owens. And the same is true of Ben Shapiro. And so the whole thing, when you put it in those terms, is sort of hilarious at some level, because when you aim them at each other, they end up just making a horrible mess and causing carnage. And that's just kind of just is their personalities.
Yeah. And again, I like what you said about, like, even though, Candace isn't your favorite, that, you got to stick up for her, because it's not like she did anything wrong. Well, if you are purporting to be, hey, we're so much better than the mainstream media because we're free speech, except for the speech that we don't like. What? It's like, that's not what that means.
Well, okay. And here I have to stick up for the Daily Wire a little bit too, because the reality is they have a particular set of beliefs, and it's like, they don't have any responsibility to give a platform to somebody who they don't agree with. It's like they have this multi-million-dollar contract where they're paying her to talk for them, and they just decide they're not interested in continuing down that road. And frankly, if I were in Jeremy Boring's shoes, and I identify with him a great deal, more than probably any other media figure I know of, because he's got a level of wisdom and thoughtfulness that I really appreciate,
and professionalism, I think.
Well, and yeah, absolutely. And when you watch him on their backstages, which is really the only place I get to see him, he stops and he thinks about things, and he tries to be thoughtful about what he's saying. And I really appreciate that. If I were him and I'm looking at Candace and the way she's acting right now, I'm not fighting the battle today. I'm not fighting the battle tomorrow. I'm fighting the battle 2 years down the road when she picks up an issue out of thoughtlessness that is just totally off the wall and starts throwing opinions out there because of who she is. They're just kind of nutty and not really. It's like the bit about her taking Emmanuel Macron's right?
It's like Bridget Macron is a man.
Okay, so
like, I'll stake my whole reputation.
Giving her the benefit of the doubt here. Let's say she's right. Who the flip cares? Why are you making this an issue other than to sort of be an attention seeker? And so if I'm Jeremy Boring, I'm watching the way she's acting every day, and I'm going, is this something that I want to renew a contract with, where 2 years down the road, she picks something up and she runs with it, and it comes back to smash me in the face? Because in his position, I don't think I would.
And that's totally fair. And like, when even I forget exactly where it was, but Ben was talking about, we have our own Overton window here, and certainly, absolutely. That's why this isn't like illegality. That you're doing things that are illegal. Absolutely, you have the right to do that. But it goes against the things that you that you said. And even though it makes sense, again, it's about, okay, yeah, I get you. I get why you wouldn't want to have her on. I get why you don't want her saying these things. But then don't come out and be like, oh, we're the free speech platform, because specifically at some point the rubber's going to meet the road, and you're going to have to do something or platform something that you don't like if you want to be that free speech platform. And I don't know. They weren't.
I have never gotten the impression that they consider themselves the premier free speech platform. I haven't gotten that impression, but I don't watch a lot of Daily Wire content.
Me neither. Yeah. Well, Guantek was saying here. I do too. Yeah. Guantek was saying least to most favorite Daily Wire hosts, and leaves out half the hosts. So I would probably go least to most. I would probably say Klavan, just never really even I'm not familiar with him. Is there another dude? I might be forgetting somebody, but then Walsh, then Knowles, then Knowles, then Walsh, then Shapiro, and Jordan Peterson. That's where I'm going.
And for me, it's almost the opposite. My least favorite is Matt Walsh, then probably Ben Shapiro or Michael Knowles. They're sort of along the same lines to me because and then after that would probably be Klavan and Peterson, kind of on the same level. I actually like both Klavan and Peterson quite a bit, but part of that comes from me being a writer, and Klavan is a writer, and a lot of what he's had to say about it, some of the stuff just absolutely hits me right here because he relates to me. But either way,
yeah, I have nothing against him. I've just not been super familiar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, while I don't know how much time you have, but while I have you up here, the other thing that I was going to talk about was we covered it pretty in depth on my last stream, but the whole Crowder situation between it's really like a triangle of Crowder and his wife, and Crowder and Jared and that whole thing. Where you at with that stuff?
There's more than a triangle going on there, and this one has actually always sort of struck me as icky because
I agree.
So Steven Crowder, when you trying to think how to exactly to frame this, when you look at who he has been and what he has done ever since the beginning, he has sort of always been this shock jock character, right?
Bingo.
That's exactly what he made his way up as. That's how he did things. And so am I surprised to find out, after how many years of all of his top talent leaving him or getting screwed over or something by him, am I surprised to discover that he's mistreating his wife and that he's doing all these kinds of things that I as a Christian look at it and go, dude, you got issues, and your fame made them worse, because fame and riches tend to take all of your personal issues and multiply them by like 1,000 and make them way worse and way bigger and way more obvious. So he's got all of that going on. And am I surprised to learn that he has managed to do a whole lot of pissing off and actually damaged his relationships and burned his bridges in a lot of areas? No, I'm not surprised. I think that he's contributed some useful things, and I appreciate that, but I've never much liked him. And the more I see, the more I go, oh.
I'm exactly the same way. I was now, like you said, I always looked at him, and well, first I want to address this. Burner Popcorn Count says Crowder's one of the edgiest people in conservative media. No, I'm going to strongly disagree with that. We got Alex Jones. We got Alex Stein, just off the top of my head.
You can't put Alex Jones in conservative media. Alex Jones is out there in sort of a category of his own.
Alex Stein, 99.
I don't even know that name.
Alex Stein, 99. Isn't he a congressman? He was you remember when there was it was him. It was the dude. AOC was walking into the Capitol Hotel. AOC, that big Latino booty. You didn't see that? Oh man.
I don't know, man. All I know is I see videos of Crowder cross-dressing and doing weird crap, and I'm like, okay, man. For conservative media, that's pretty edgy. And
it's definitely edgy, but I think there's a difference between edgy and I don't know what the word is, but it's like it seems like he's trying too hard sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I see the Niklaus comment there. Thank you. I appreciate that. And
shout out to Nick.
Yeah, man.
So Burner's saying Crowder crosses the line a lot with his jokes. Alex Stein is pretty comparable, but Crowder was the OG. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah. And 169 agrees with you that Alex Jones is on his own orbit. You know, and okay, I'm outnumbered. I'm outnumbered. And oh, look what we got. Shout out to Zippy DSM Lee over with a Rumble rant. And of course, you know that means a treat for Morty. Thank you so very, very much, sir. But so when it comes to Jared, though, so this is and maybe you have a similar opinion to me that it doesn't seem like there's anybody clean in this situation. It seems like it's a whole group of shady, scummy people, you know, just trying to grab from each other whatever they can get. What's your general opinion of Jared?
You know, I have not paid close attention to Crowder and his associates, so I don't have a good general opinion. My general opinion of the whole thing is that it just feels sad. The whole thing feels really sad. It feels like a lot of people who should actually have each other's backs, and instead they are backstabbing each other because of money. And good God, dude.
Good God is right. And yeah, and that's the sad thing is that, like, yeah, shout out to Unwanted Foe. Welcome to the party. Said I enjoyed Crowder back when Milo Yiannopoulos was in the mainstream.
Gosh, that does feel like ancient history.
I mean, yeah, it was at least, 7-8 years ago. And I mean, time moves on. But even back then, again, he was the I always said that if you are looking to get into conservative politics, Crowder's not where you want to go, because all of your ideas about what the Republicans are, so that's going to be reinforced. If you understand where the jokes are coming from, okay, they're edgy and they cross the line sometimes, but like you said, he does have something to add. You know, a different perspective is always going to be good, and he definitely, you know, the addition of change my mind to the lexicon is definitely a good thing.
You know, the other thing that he always had that I actually appreciated is he intentionally kept a firearm on the set with him.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons is he said, I think the term is intifada. I have an actual death. He put on or participated in a Draw Mohammed contest.
Oh, yeah.
And so he had serious death threats on him and to me, the fact that he was willing to stand up against some of the stuff, that was back during a time when there weren't any real hardliners on the right who were willing to do that. And so I actually respected that and appreciated it.
Yeah. And I do think that you can there are people who've paved the way for other people. And like to bring it out of the context of politics, I happen to, you know, I'm sure a lot of you who are, you know, a millennial-ish age, you saw The Sopranos with your older brother or your parents or something like that. And, you know, I'm not really close to my older brother. My parents are immigrants. So there's a lot of 70s, 80s, and early 90s just pop culture that I missed out on. And so things like The Wire and Sopranos, I just never got around to seeing them. You know, even though it was on when I was alive, I wasn't allowed to watch HBO and stuff.
I didn't either.
Yeah, and then you know, what was it, 2013 or something? Breaking Bad comes around, and I love Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul, El Camino, that whole universe is amazing. And everybody's like, yo, if you like that, you know, the Sopranos and The Wire walked and crawled so that Breaking Bad could run. I completely respect that. But I cannot get through either of those shows. They're so slow compared to what I
tried The Sopranos. I did. I genuinely tried, and I got through like almost a season, and I'm like,
and so I think if you had watched it, where was it when it was airing, or you watched it afterwards?
No. I mean, this is in the past couple of years I tried to do that. When I was a kid, we did not have television. I mean, my family, I grew up Christian. My family did not have television. We watched movies sometimes.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah. I mean, we had it, but
I didn't.
Yeah, we had it. I just was only allowed to watch half an hour a day on school days, and that's it. So it certainly wasn't going to be able to get into shows like that. But even music as well, like bands like the Beatles or Rolling Stones and stuff like that. I don't like that kind of music, but I absolutely respect what it did in terms of allowing the types of bands that I did end up listening to and falling in love with and shaping my childhood. All that stuff, I understand and respect that it would not exist without all those other bands.
Right.
And so I think that's fair to say about Crowder. And maybe even
and that's probably true of Shapiro. And that's
what I was gonna say, maybe even the Daily Wire as well.
And in a sense, actually, you saying that brings up kind of an interesting point here. When it comes to alternative media, when it comes to what we're doing right now today, talking to each other, and that Daily Wire sort of has helped to open the door for sort of this shattering of the attention stream into a bigger, what would you call it? A bigger audience, a bigger variety,
movement, maybe? Yeah.
Something like that. So I appreciate that.
That's exactly Trey what we're saying. And so Trey said the change my mind segments were BS. He basically picking on college kids. Well, he had a book of hand-picked statistics, and that is absolutely true. However, that now creates a precedent where conservatives or not woke people can engage in a conversation and have the rhetorical framing to not just be be called racist and transphobic and whatever. And so it's not like, okay, this is what I think. You changed my mind. And so even though that's not like a brand new idea, the fact that he popularized it, I think it really helped. And that's the kind of thing that at least I'm talking about. I think that's what you're talking about as well. But
here's a fun one for you. Do you think that Crowder and doing that sort of thing opened the door for what Tucker has done with guys like Alex Jones recently?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think Tucker and Alex are both of that realm where
you realize Tucker sort of rehabilitated and made Alex Jones okay for the mainstream in a way that he had never been, which is kind of blew my mind when I watched it. I'm like, wow, this is interesting.
Who's this? Yeah.
Well, I know who Alex Jones was, but the fact that Tucker would have him on and say, Alex Jones is not a crazy person. Nothing he has said has, and I'm like, oh, so where is this going? This is curious.
Yeah, we covered that too. That was an awesome conversation.
Did you cover the Mike Benz one?
I did not. Is that what I should
check
that out?
This is a video that every adult American should watch. Mike Ben's interview with Tucker Carlson puts, what they talk about the deep state, right? And it's the deep state, and it's sort of this magic sort of boogeyman thing. Mike Benz puts names and faces and dates and actions to exactly who those people are and what they were doing when. And he does it in very rapid fire fashion on Tucker Carlson. And yes, you should watch it. It's fascinating. I was watching it going, wow, wow, how is this dude not dead? How did they not take this dude out? Because
you never know. And it's scary. They definitely want to, I definitely think they would go that far, with seeing everything that they're doing to Trump.
Oh, sure. And when you actually learn, Mike Benz talked about the 2020 election and how it was rigged and who did it and what tools they used to do it. And he named names. And I'm like, how are you still alive, dude? How are you still alive?
Damn, we're definitely gonna have to.
You got to take a look at that, man. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. One last thing that Guamtech here said, to be honest, wasn't it Ben Shapiro that popularized dunking on college students? Well, yes, but I think the Ben Shapiro style was more of he's giving a speech and then he's doing the Q&A. I think the change my mind thing was a lot less. It was a lot more informal and gave the opportunity to have a little bit more of a conversation. I agree with you, or I agree with Trey that it's low hanging fruit. But it as we were saying with so many other things, it created a precedent that allowed other people to do it even better.
I like what Zippy said there. He says Alex Jones is bombastic and hyperbole is the truth. Yeah,
based
100% right on the right.
Dilly to that. Guamtech said he's been following Alex Jones since the 2010s. He's definitely stayed my love of conspiracy theories, and I consider him to be the uncle of modern day independent media. Interesting.
He's not wrong, actually. If you look at what Alex Jones has done and how he has sort of stood fast on people's right to say things that are totally outside the mainstream, he deserves some recognition there. I have not paid close attention, and he has seemed a little off the map to me for a long time, but I don't know. I'm reconsidering to some degree lately.
So am I. Yeah, I mean, even the they're turning the frogs gay. That was a watershed moment when he was on with Joe Rogan, and he'd been known for screaming and yelling and saying these crazy things like, "Oh, the demons and the reptilians and they're coming." But then they pulled up the article, and it was like, wait, this is real. You're not just talking out your ass.
Yes,
like,
they're actually turning the.
It's like, oh damn! All right, I guess we gotta take a we gotta rejigger our perception here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and actually, that's the truth with a lot of the things that he has said too. Is he actually had something he was pointing back to? Now, you may not think that all of the things he was pointing back to were trustworthy, but he was reporting well, and a lot of what he was reporting was actually on things like what the World Economic Forum and the extreme left string pullers were saying their goals were, and he was reporting it for a long time, and that was why they worked so hard to marginalize him, and he deserves some credit for that.
I completely agree. Yeah, there's a reason that people reference the Alex Jones was right jar. Well said. Well said. Well, thank you so much for coming up here. I really do appreciate your. Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime. Always good to see you.
You got to do it more often. I get so busy, man.
I hear you.
Do you mind if I plug something real quick?
Absolutely. I was just about to say, for those who don't know, who are you? What do you do? And where can they find you?
Absolutely. So I'm Jared Michaud. I have a book hitting shelves April 16th. That's a fiction book called Bright Star. If you're interested in my fiction, head over to e6universe.com, the letter E, the number 6 universe.com. I just launched a Kickstarter today for a little anthology, not asking for a lot, but trying to kick out another project while the next book's getting published. And then the other thing that I do is I have a little podcast called Modern Apocrypha, where I talk with a friend and basically just spit my worldview out all the time. And I have a very Christian worldview, and I have a very interesting take on the world that puts me probably in the Alex Jones category for a lot of people, and that's okay. But that's sort of who I am and what I do. If you're interested in actually interacting with me, I'm on Twitter at Modern Apocrypha.
Beautiful. Love it. And we are getting the link to E6 Universe in the chat, so you guys can. Oh, I misspelled it. That's why. Thank you, Unwanted Foe. Unwanted Foe is asking, what kind of fiction? Sci-fi, high fantasy, low fantasy, something else?
This is sci-fi.
Nice. Yeah. And so, how long ago was it when I had you on?
Oh gosh, it's been a couple of months. I'm losing track of time, dude.
I know,
I've got so much stuff going on. I've been working like 14 to 18 hours a day almost every day except Sunday, and so I'm like, Yeah, I'm not, no kidding. But
the hustle. So go support the hustle. And yeah, I'll find the link to our conversation and I will put it on the community tab. Why not?
Absolutely. I actually have it up on my website still. So
there you go. e6universe.com. Thank you so much for hanging out, brother. And next time I see you, I will see you. You be good. Peace. All right. So we're just at about 2 hours here, and I don't really have anything else to say. So the link is still pinned to the top. So if you guys want to come up and we can talk, or we can head over to the after party. But you know, I think this is I like being able to do this, and obviously I'm not great at it yet, but you got to do it to get good at it. Thank you, Unwanted Foe. The website right there for Jared's book and all his work. But yeah, I it's difficult. It's a lot harder to have to find and source all this stuff and put it in order than just be like, oh, that's a good conversation, and then just play it and all that stuff. But I'm getting better, and I want to not necessarily move away from just covering the conversations, because when those conversations are good, there's a lot there. There's a lot of meat there. And I don't see a lot of other people doing it. However, sometimes the theme of something is more important than any one any one particular topic. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying. I'm doing my best, but it is a lot. So I'm glad you guys liked it. If you are on the replay gang and you enjoyed this style instead of me just covering one long podcast, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you are subscribed, and please, if you have not already, do hit that like button. Let's give a big shout out to the sponsors of our stream. We had Garrett Grant with the 5 gifted memberships. Guys, again, if you were gifted a membership or you're already a member, make sure you head over to Discord. It is free for everybody, so all of you should head over to Discord, but especially if you're a member, you're getting extra perks. So you're it's already there. And of course, we had our boy Zippy DSM Lee over on Rumble holding it down. Thank you so very much. You guys know I love you. You guys know I love you. I really, again, it is thank you. I don't. He does what he does. If you were here last summer, and it might start happening in a few weeks when the summer rain starts and when people start using fireworks. He hates both of those things, and usually he hides under the desk. I have 2 beds over here that he does not use. He will sit on the wooden floor underneath the desk. So I don't know. I'm not jinxing it. But he seems to like it, and I think it has to do with the treats as well. There you go. Thank you. Glomtech is already headed to the after party. Thank you again, guys. I really do appreciate you. That is right. Once again, this is Morty, and I have been your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of Common Sense. Remember, live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and clips every single day. Hit that subscribe, ring the bell, and I am out of here. Peace.